Hello, my printmakers. I am continuing on with this backup just in case video series. So in this video, we're going to talk about maybe the not so fun stuff, but the rules for the printmaking studio. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and let's not do it that way. I'm going to share my screen in a different way. Nothing like talking and clicking at the same time. All right, here we go. All right, now you can see my screen. All right, so I just wanted to take some time to go over the rules. Now, I know this is totally not the fun. I mean, the first day of class, we always got to cover business. This is not the fun part of printmaking, but it's an important part of printmaking. And it comes down to making sure that you are safe in the shop, that you don't get hurt, that none of your friends get hurt, and that the equipment continues to stay in the best possible shape for everyone for this semester, next semester, and the following semesters. So that's why we have these rules in place. So I'm just going to go through them and we'll have time to talk and discuss. Okay, number one, only students currently enrolled in a printmaking class are allowed to use the print shop. Okay, that's just how it is. Your friend who took printmaking 5 semesters ago, but is graduated, cannot work in the printmaking class. Your significant other can't work in the printmaking class, so on and so forth. So only those of you who are enrolled in printmaking with me, Professor Prince, or with Lorna Galloway for the beginning printmaking class can use the print shop. Okay. You can only use equipment that you've been instructed how to use, okay? And here's the other way that I look at it. If you're curious and you want to know how to use something that I've not shown you, ask and let's find a time to show you how to use it, okay? You must receive and pay attention to appropriate instructions for using all of the materials involved in the print shop prior to their use. Okay, so that includes the inks, the cleaners, all the good things we're going to work with. You've got to get instruction from me. So number 2 and number 3 are very similar. Okay, so again, if you have questions on how to use something, reach out to me or our TA, John, and we'll show you how to use it. Okay, that's the way to think of that rule. Otherwise, hands off. Okay. Number 4 kind of, I hope, goes without saying. No eating, no drinking, and absolutely no smoking in the printmaking studio. There's a couple reasons for this. One is like if it's on your hands and you're eating, it gets ingested in your body. And so none of the materials, the inks or the things that we use in the shop are things that you should be ingesting, okay? If you were running late and you were starved, when you get a chance, slide next door and eat in there, okay? So just keep that in mind, okay? It also keeps your prints clean. Okay, let's think of, I'm a hamburger gal, okay, a big greasy hamburger with French fries is kind of my comfort food. Having that in the print shop, that oil and grease and ketchup are things that I don't want on my prints, okay? So just keep that in mind. Smoking, hopefully none of you smoke or vape, but if you do, don't do them in the printmaking studio, especially because some of the things in the studio are indeed combustible, okay? No children or pets allowed in the studio. And that's not because I don't like dogs or kids. It's just for safety reasons, okay? No bicycle, skateboards, or rollerblades allowed in the shop. Leave those outside. Again, that kind of goes without saying. Safety and space, okay? All personal items must be labeled and stored properly at the end of each working session, okay? That is largely because we're a multi-use shop. We have graduate students, beginning students, a lot of people using the shop. And if you're not putting stuff away properly, especially if it's your personal items, there's no guarantee that it will be left in great shape, okay? So put it up in your drawer, put your name on it at the end of each class when you're working, okay? So the next couple, are really important, okay? Common sense and caution must be exercised when you working around and working with and around presses and other machinery, okay? So if we're working with any kind of a drill, a grinder, a Dremel tool, wear eye protection and ear protection when necessary. And I do this for my glasses, but really eye protection should be much more encompassing because of course, something could come in this way and hit my eyes, okay? Ear protection, anything with a low hum grinding noise, wearing earplugs to protect your ears, okay? Whenever you're using the press, if you have long sleeves, roll them up so that you don't have them hanging down to get caught. Same thing, girls, gals, and otherwise who have long hair, tie that back out of the way when you're working with the presses or any equipment. You'd be surprised how easy it is to be bending over something with long hair and have it get caught. I've had students get hair caught in drills and have a huge chunk of hair pulled out. Not good stuff, okay? So when in doubt, tie your hair back out of the way. You might want to keep a couple of hair ties in your drawer for that reason. Okay, number D, I know, or item D. We live in Southern Florida, it's hot, but you need to wear closed-toed shoes when you're working in the print lab. It's all too easy to drop an etching needle or something heavy and really hurt yourself. And I'll be honest, I have done it before at my home studio. And I had to have stitches in my foot and I had to clean up a huge mess. So wear closed-toed shoes to protect yourself in the print lab, okay? Let's keep going. Again, this is not the fun part, but this is the important part. Number 9, caution should be used or exercised when using any chemicals or ink, okay? So wearing, again, your eye and ear protection, wearing gloves when appropriate. Now, especially, I'll go ahead and say this, if you have super sensitive skin, you suffer from dermatitis, things of that nature, you might want to get some of your own personal gloves to wear. Otherwise, we just have a few of the very thick pairs and not pairs for everyone for ink, okay? And I am going to recommend that you always wear aprons when you're working with chemicals or inks. We don't work with a lot of chemicals, but we will some with screen printing. So we want to be careful, okay? And we'll have time for questions throughout the semester. All right, keep areas clean, okay? Good housekeeping provides clean and orderly work areas, and it's essential for a safe working environment. Let's just think about it. If someone's backpack is in the middle of the floor and someone's walking through, that's a trip hazard. So keep the backpack out of the way. Unknown items spilled across the surface, who knows what that is, and it could be something that someone should not have contact with their skin. So I want to keep the shop, it's a used shop, but I want to keep it clean and orderly to protect everyone and to protect your prints. Okay, so let's just think of that way. Protect yourself, protect all the hard work that you're putting into making prints. All right, let's keep going. The last few here. Clean all equipment after use. This includes wiping ink off the press bed, cleaning brayers, and wiping down ink cans. Keeping the studio clean is essential, again, for that safe working environment. So we'll be going over this throughout demonstrations this semester. But you've been inking on the press bed and if you got ink on the surface, wipe that off. When you're done with the brayers, you clean all 1, 2, 3 sides of a brayer, so on and so forth, okay? Keep things clean. Place all small equipment and material containers in the proper storage area after use. All working areas must be left the way that they were found. If we keep that in mind and always return things back to where they are, then everyone using the shop can find it and everything goes smoothly. Life is good and we all get to make prints. Sounds exceptional to me. There is an eye wash station and shower. They're located in the west section of the print lab next to the paper soaking sink. Use the eye wash immediately if you get something in your eye, and the shower if you get something corrosive upon your skin, okay? We'll show you in person where those are at, okay? If there are any accidents or incidents, any minor injuries and hazardous conditions, please let me know so that the proper reports can be made and things can be taken care of. I know this is again, the not fun part of the shop and the beginning of the semester, but I want to make sure that everyone stays safe and that we all can enjoy making prints. I'm excited to show you guys how to screen print, and we want to do it in the best way possible. So there you go. There's the print shop rules and regulations.